guys, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you're new here, hi, my name is Neha and I make videos related to books, and welcome to another weekly reading vlog. Cheers. So today is 15th November. It is a Wednesday. Yeah, it's the day after Diwali. We got back late last night because we were at home in Hyderabad, and it was a lovely, very refreshing break. Didn't look at laptop, didn't post anything. It was great. And now we're back home, and I am working at home because I was very drained in the morning. I really didn't feel like commuting to office, so I decided to work from home. My husband has gone to see the cricket match. It's the semi-finals. It's India versus New Zealand. It's in Wankhede in Mumbai. It's about 3 p.m. right now. I've decided to take a break with some cold coffee. This is the Sleepy Owl cold coffee classic. I really like this stuff. I try to not drink it too much because it has sugar, and I'm trying to not have sugar, so I don't have this too often, but today I couldn't resist. It's too hot. So yeah, and I thought I'll pick out a book to read. I have been reading This Other Eden by Paul Harding. Pop up the picture here. The book's right there, but I'm too lazy to move. But I am not enjoying it. I have like about 50 pages to go and I'm done. I can't read more of it. It's really depressing and I'm just not in the mood. And the language, it's not about the depressing part, but the language is really making it tough to read. So I want to pick out a different book to read, and I am going to take you to my bookshelf right now while I pick out a separate book. Hi, so welcome to the view of my bookshelf. So in order to curb my buying habits, I have not been buying books. I did buy 2 books. I'll show you maybe later on, but I am trying to like read in reverse, like last in first out method of acquisitions that I have. So that's what I've been doing for the last couple of weeks, and it's been working well so far. The theory is that since these are the most recent books that I've bought, and these are the most recent books that have piqued my interest in some way, I should feel more incentivized to read them, right? That's the working theory. It has worked a little bit, not too much, but let's talk about the books that I've recently bought. I have Fledgling by Octavia E. Butler. I finished Parable of the Sower in a previous reading blog, and I really enjoyed it. I'll link that reading blog up above if you want to check it out. And hence I bought another book by the same author. Okay. This says, a young girl wakes up in the wood, gravely injured and alone with no memory of what happened or who she is. As Shori heals, she realizes that she isn't like the people around her, which leads to a shocking discovery. She is a 53-year-old vampire and is in terrible danger. To save herself, she must learn a new blah, 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 all of that. So, a vampire book. Sounds fun. This is an option. Another book that I have recently acquired is The Name of the Rose by Umberto Eco. I bought this in a thrift store, and I bought this because this was a part of my English course in school. I think a little bit of it, a little part of it, and I remember really enjoying it. So that's why I bought this. Now, there is nothing. I've heard that he's like the previous generation's version of Dan Brown, like all the semantics and the linguistics and the historical things. So the size is not very encouraging to me right now. So this is still number 1 contender. Let's keep this one back. You know what, let's pick this. Let's pick Fledgling, and I will catch you soon. Love the cover of this actually. So the next day was a Thursday, and I worked out of office on this particular day. It was quite a busy day because I had something to submit by the end of the evening, and I was just concentrating on that. Didn't really get a chance to do anything else. And then I got back home, relaxed for a bit, and started reading before I went to sleep. This is my favorite nighttime activity, to just tune out the world with a book. I also listen to lo-fi music on YouTube. I put on my AirPods and just forget about everything else, and just I find that this really helps me focus on reading. Welcome to my bookshelves again. So it is now Friday and I've just spent like 10 minutes just clearing up the house. It was a mess, and I've just rounded up all my books which were lying around in various corners and bags and everything, and I'm about to put them away. Now most of these books I've bought recently and I've read. A few of them I haven't read, a few of them kind of are DNFs, so all of that. So let's put them away. This is the stack. So I have Shadow City by Taran Khan. I did read quite a bit of this. I'm about 100 pages into it, but I'm gonna put this away for now. Maybe I'll get back to it later. And it's a non-fiction, kind of like a travelogue about a woman who walks Kabul and discovers Kabul through its streets and its people and its buildings. So it's really nice actually. Then I have Summer Resort by Esther Kinsky. I tried reading this, I could not. So in this goes. I don't know if I'll get back to this. Maybe, maybe not. Then I have The Pearl by Xian Hughes. I really like this. This is a Booker-nominated book. I bought it recently and I finished it. So it's about this woman who loses her mother at a really young age. Like she just disappears and never comes back. And it's something that plagues her throughout her entire adult life. And when she becomes a mother herself, and she gets obsessed like with this medieval poem that her mother used to read. And she creates like art around it, and she writes about it and all of that. So it's about grief and motherhood and loss, and yeah, it's really beautifully written. So I really enjoyed this. 2 books have been recent acquisitions. I bought these in Calcutta. I was there for work and I had to take some time out and go to the bookshops. I have Picture Imperfect and Other Mysteries by Saradin Bandyopadhyay, and these are Byomkesh Bakshi stories, like, you know, the famous Bengali detective. I haven't read any of these stories yet. Excited to, but yeah, this is the first book. And then I have The Woman Destroyed by Simone de Beauvoir. I started reading it. I couldn't get too much into it, but hopefully I will soon. But I've heard amazing things about this book and this author, so let's see. Then I have the other Booker-nominated book I was reading. This is The Other Eden. This Other Eden by Paul Harding. This was the one I was talking about in the beginning of the vlog. The writing style really lost me, even though the story was really interesting. It's basically about these like group of people who have been excommunicated. Like they're basically like, you know, what is the word that I'm looking? Yeah, outcasts. So it's a group of outcasts who find home in like this island off the main coast of United States, and then they live there for generations, and then a government forcibly evicts them, and it's the story of that. It's actually a real life story apparently, and I liked the historical aspect of it, but the language I really could not get through this. So this is a DNF actually. 2 Indian fiction books that I finished. I recently bought them and finished them. This is Sakina's Case by Vivek Shanbhag. I really enjoyed this. It's short, it's punchy, and it keeps you guessing till the last page. I don't want to talk too much about this because the way to go into this book is blind, and you should do. It's basically about a middle class family and how their life unravels over a span of 2-3 days. That's all I'm gonna say. So yeah, check it out. And then I have the latest Anuja Chauhan. This is The Fast and the Dead. This is like her second murder mystery book. I actually like this better than her first murder mystery book, but yeah, I loved the parts which were not about the murder mystery, like the romances and the neighborhood charm, and yeah, the English aspect of Anuja Chauhan, which I love. I love those aspects. The mystery not so much. So but I enjoyed my time with it, and it pulled me out of a reading slump. So, and that's it. Time to start the workday.
We are checking on the Insta handle of Lollapallooza India, where I am not very positive whether it's really going to be a great lineup.
So we have tickets for this.
Sting, not String,
oh.
And it is Jonas Brothers.
Yeah.
Hey, Sting, I don't.
But who listens to Jonas Brothers anymore?
Yeah.
Halsey.
Who's Halsey?
Halsey is that.
Hey,
lady.
Keen is there. Nice. Keen is a good band.
Lau is also nice.
Baaki sab chutiya projects.
I mean, Chai My Toast is there again.
Chalo, One Republic, Jonas Brothers, Sting. Haan.
I at least know One Republic. How do you feel about
One
the lineup?
Republic hai na?
Yeah.
Huh?
How do you feel
No,
about
underwhelmed, nothing great. Sting is okay, but like he's old, really old.
Chalo, at least I know One Republic. I know some songs. I have zero clue about Jonas Brothers.
So, do we want to go or do you want to sell it off?
No, I want to go. It's on my birthday. It's on my 29th birthday.
Yes, here it is.
Yeah.
So,
Hi. It's about 12 noon, and I'm taking a short break because I just realized that the Goodreads Choice Awards for 2023 first round voting is out. So I just thought I'll react to it live on the camera and also vote. So I have my iPad here. Let's start recording. Open Goodreads. Okay, here we go. Fiction. There's Yellowface, there's Hello Beautiful Band Napolitano. These are the books that I've read, by the way. There's Family Meal. I've not read this. There's Tom Lake by Anne Patchett. I actually really like Tom Lake, so you know what, I'm gonna vote for that. I listened to the audiobook version of it. It's narrated by Meryl Streep and I really enjoyed it. So yeah, that's my choice for fiction. Then moving on to non-fiction, I don't think I've read any of these. I've been reading a lot of backlist books this year. Yeah, I have not read any of these. I actually really want to read The Covenant of Water by Abraham Verghese. I've heard really great things about it, but the book is so thick that I've not bought it. So yeah, I'm skipping historical fiction for this year. Mystery and thriller, again, I don't think I would have read anything. Oh yeah, I've read Vera Wong's Unsolicited Advice for Murders. I listened to it on audio. I really liked it actually. So, and okay, that's it. That's the only thing that I've read. So I'm gonna vote for that because lack of options for me. Romance, and now romance is a genre I don't really read, so I know for a fact that I wouldn't have read any of these, but let's see. Yup, none of those. Oh, I have read Happy Place by Emily Henry. I found it okay honestly, but since that's the only book that I've read, I'm just gonna vote for it. And because it's Emily Henry, I have a feeling that this is gonna be the winner anyway because this book is so popular. Oh, there's a new category. I don't think this was there last time. It's called Romantasy. And again, not my genre. The Fourth Wing by Rebecca Yarros is on here. I've not read this obviously, but I've heard so much about it that I'm a little curious. But anyway, haven't read it, so skipping. Next is fantasy. Again, a genre that I don't really read. Yeah, I don't know anything in this. I really do want to read this. Oh yeah, I've read Victory City by Salman Rushdie. Wow, this is a fantasy? It's a little weird, but I've read it. I really liked it. But I don't think it was my favorite Rushdie. I think Shalimar the Clown, which is the other one that I've read, I really enjoyed. So you know what, I'm gonna vote for it. But yeah. Next, science fiction. I don't think I would have read anything in this, but let's see. Yep, nothing. Skipping that. Horror, again, I don't think I would have read anything in this. I see a Stephen King, so I'm pretty sure that's gonna win in the end. So yeah, I'm just gonna skip to young adult, fantasy and science fiction. Again, I don't think I would have read anything in this. Not my genres. Yeah, no clue, mate. So skipping. Young adult fiction, not my genre again. I have a feeling that, oh, there's a new Talia Hibbert. I would really like to read that. I really enjoyed the Brown Sisters trilogy by Talia Hibbert. But yeah, moving on. Debut novel. Hopefully I've read something on this. And that's a no. I've not read anything in this as well. Wow. My reading year is really not recent, as you can see. Non-fiction. Yeah, no. Not my memoir and autobiography. I have a feeling I would have read something in this, right? Oh no. Jeanette McCurdy's memoir was last year? But it's not on this. Okay, I can see Britney Spears on this. Pretty sure she's gonna win, right? Like that book is so popular. I also see Spare by Prince Harry. I've not read this either. So skipping history and biography. Yeah, no clue. Skipping to humor. I don't know. I don't think I would have read anything on this. Yeah. Nothing. So yeah, and that's it. That's the last one. So I have voted in fiction, mystery thriller, romance, fantasy, and that's it. So that's 4 genres that I voted for in this year. yeah, as you can see, I've read a lot of backlist, but not recent books. Let's see whether we can change that. Anyway, back to work. Hello, it is Sunday afternoon. It's about 2:30 p.m. And I wanted to wrap this vlog up. It wasn't a full week, but it was like a half a week in my life, where I was reading this book, Fledgling by Octavia E. Butler. I finished this last night, and I'm here to give you actually both my initial and my final thoughts. Uh, so the plot of the book is about a girl whose name is Shori. Now she wakes up and she has complete amnesia. She doesn't remember anything, and slowly she puts together the fact that she is actually a 53-year-old vampire. So she's part of a species called the Ina, and she slowly puts together that somebody has kind of burnt down her entire community where she used to live with her mother and her sisters, and now she has to kind of find out who has done it and also kind of unravel the past and the history of the Ainas. So the Ainas are a kind of species who live long, who have sun sensitivity, who are all those typical vampire tropes do exist, but also what they do is that they need human blood to survive. So they have this relationship with humans called symbionts, where they take the blood of human beings. In exchange, not exactly in exchange, the human beings get kind of addicted to their venom, and the human beings also, their life gets extended to a couple of 100 years. So there's this entire thing. So Shori actually is somebody who is a part of a genetic experiment, where the Ina have been experimenting with black human beings in order to create her, who has black skin, and because of that she has very less sensitivity to sun. She does not need to sleep in the morning, and all of that. So it is a very interesting concept for sure. In the beginning I was really interested and I wanted to learn more about the world, about what the circumstances regarding Shori's amnesia are. There's a suspense element throughout it all in finding out who exactly is going after her and her family and killing people randomly. I did like that part, but where I struggled with this book is the author gets very verbose. She gets extremely verbose in setting the world context, and it very much distracted me from the plot of the book because there was just too many details, and there were details that I don't really need, and then the important details were kind of being hidden through the text. Like I think the author was assuming that we were understanding it, but I really was not understanding like the basic premise of this world, and that's why I was not very happy with the writing. I did read Parable of the Sower by the same author in a previous reading log, like I mentioned at the start. I really enjoyed that book because I felt that was way more easy to read in terms of science fiction and the world building, whereas this is very, very verbose. And then I was just like reading up, and it seems to be like this is the last ever book that she ever wrote, and before she passed away unexpectedly, and she was planning to put out a sequel, and before she wrote this book she was kind of facing like a massive writer's block. So it made sense, like the tone of this book and the narrative of this book is so different from Parable of the Sower, but the themes are same. So you have themes of racism, you have themes of the queer themes as well, because here the relationship that you have with your human symbionts is both from an emotional as well as from a sexual lens as well. And one Aina can have like multiple symbionts, and then the symbionts then also can get jealous. So you were exploring all these like various relationships, so that part I really liked. But like setting the base concepts of this world, how the species work, all of that, I think it could have been done better, and it could have been done in a more simpler way. So yeah, that's my final verdict on this book. I am gonna give it 3 stars out of 5. I still think Parable of the Sower was amazing, and this one was not as good. But I am interested in checking out her other books because yeah. That's it for now. I'm gonna end this vlog here. I think it has become already very long, but I hope you've enjoyed it. Please like, share, comment, subscribe, and all of that jazz, and I'll see you very, very soon. Bye.